This past weekend was a diocesan convention. In the Episcopal Church, the diocesan convention, all of the church in a geographic area here, all of Arizona, gather together once a year for a business meeting, an inspiration meeting, and there are a variety of things that go on, in addition to which is a giant room called the exhibits room. And this year, our people had an exhibit called Leaving Home, Migration Through the Eyes of Children. Gail Hall and Nicotera Taxiera and Mary Carter were there. Now there's a long story that kind of precedes that event. I'm thinking it was about 6 years ago. Gail came bursting through those glass doors one Wednesday evening. It was an Advent supper. Looked like someone had lit her on fire. And she was bursting with enthusiasm, saying, "Oh, this is a God thing, Reverend Debra. This is a God thing. And it's about the quilts. And it's about the children. And it's all about Gail, who's an educator, has great credentials, who was a fabulous quilt maker. There's a quilt in a museum. It was all about Gail getting on fire to do quilts to welcome children, migrant children, to Casas Alitas, a welcome center for kids who've been processed through ICE and are showing up seeking asylum in the United States. Moving along a couple of years, we have Mick. And she comes to me, and she has this art that she did of migrants after an experience that profoundly affected her in South America. And she produces this art, and we say, well, we're going to hang it on the walls for Lent. But alas and alack, it turns out it's COVID, and the only people who can see it are me and Nick, because church is closed. So what does she do? She makes them really, really big, reproduces them, and creates a migrant walk through the desert. And people from all over Arizona came to walk the desert when we weren't allowed to be around each other. And then Mick and Gail got to know each other. And over time evolved this amazing retreat. Leaving home. Migration through the eyes of children. And there they were, with all their background. Oh, by the way, Mick is a published writer too, and she sells her art. So she's got great credentials. So I walk into the exhibit, and there they are with all this beautiful material. They're collaborating with the national church to do it. They're getting all kinds of press. Gail's going to be on a radio or a TV talk show, thanks to Mary Carter. I mean, all kinds of big things are happening. And what do I hear? Look at what is going on in our church. Look at what is going on in God's church. Gail and Mick and Mary know it's not about them. That God is using their gifts, that they are so faithfully and humbly giving, that they keep getting more and more and more and more and more doors open that they could never have dreamed of, could never have strategized and orchestrated. I believe this story is a companion for our gospel text. And so read the gospel according to Church of the Apostles, and you see women humbly offering themselves, their gifts, their graces to the glory of God, and pointing away from themselves to God. Truly, I tell you, unless you turn to God humbly, you will never receive the kingdom. Amen.